AEW Rampage Results March 11, 2022 Match Number 1. Darby Allin vs Marq. Quen. Darby with a headlock to start and Quen struggles to fight out. Quen drops to the outside, but Isiah Kassidy prevents Darby from diving. Darby on the outside misses a charge and eats the steel steps right in the chest. Sting is seconding Darby, fresh off the save of Matt Hardy from this Wednesday on Dynamite. Hard Irish whip into the corner and Darby takes the Bret Hart bump. Quen locks in an abdominal stretch and looks to the rope for assistance, but Darby reverses with a hip toss. Darby ducks out of the way of a Stinger splash and rolls up Quen for a close 2, but Quen regains control. Quen goes up top, but Darby catches him and delivers a superplex for the top for a 2 count. Darby rolls through with a Fujiwara arm bar, but Quen got to the ropes. Darby tries a sunset flip but Quen delivers a backflip knee drop for a 2 count. Quen looks for a rude awakening, but backflips into a DDT, I think, for a 2 count. I can safely say I've never seen that before. Quen has Darby up in a suplex but Darby escapes and hits Quen with a scorpion death drop. Both men down. Darby gets up first and looks for the coffin drop, but Kassidy distracts him. Sting disposes of Kassidy and Quen tosses Darby on the top rope as he tumbled to the outside. Quen up top and Darby is laying on the ground on the outside. 450 splash. Holy S. Quen barely gets in the ring and looks for the count out but Darby gets in by 9. Quen immediately follows up with a cover for a 2 count. Quen back up top and looks for the shooting star press but Darby moves and Quen lands on his feet. Darby wastes no time and drags Quen down, Fujiwara armbar with the wrist lock. Quen taps. This was great for all different reasons. Darby was showing effects from his match and it was not the usual high-flying match. It was a really solid wrestling match that told a very obvious story, and the right guy won. Winner, Darby Allin. Here's Andrade with the rest of the AFO. Before they can get to the ring, here's Team Extreme. Matt and Jeff Hardy are here to even the odds and pay back the favor from Dynamite. AFO think better of it? We get a video package from the House of Black just to remind you how great they are and I support it. Match number 2. Mercedes Martinez vs Jamie Hayter. Match is darn near already in progress as neither wrestler gets an entrance. Trading lockups to start and Jamie Hayter's choice of wrestling attire is interesting. Hayter is tossing Martinez around but Martinez fires back with a clothesline and a series of elbows. Snap suplex by Hayter that gets a 2 count. Hayter has Martinez up in a fireman's carry but Martinez reverses and Hayter rips her down by her hair. Hayter in control as we head to a commercial break. Back from commercial and Martinez hits a trifecta of butterfly suplexes and she gets a long 2 count. Hayter counters a fisherman's suplex into a runnage backbreaker for a 2 count. Trading shots in the center of the ring and Hayter lands a running elbow strike that was stiff. Hayter charges again but Martinez catches her and delivers an exploder into the corner. Martinez puts Hayter on the top and lands a spider German suplex. Yikes on that landing. Rebel hops up on the far side apron as Britt Baker lands an elbow to Martinez that drops her off the turnbuckle. Hayter delivers a lariat as Martinez was getting back up and that'll do it. Pretty good match here between these two, and it did well in furthering the main storyline. Winner, Jamie Hayter. Thunder Rosa is here to make the save for her friend, as we are about to have the epic showdown between Rosa and Baker, in a cage. Match number 3. Keith Lee vs QT Marshall. Powerhouse Hobbs has joined commentary and I'm here for the Hobbs/Starks friendship. Lee starts with a huge headbutt and Marshall responds with an eye poke. Lee responds with a double overhand chop and he tosses 230 pounds of Marshall the entire distance of the ring and it's unbelievable to see. Marshall rolls outside and snaps Lee's neck over the top, followed by a missile drop kick for a 1 count. Marshall is such a better wrestler than anyone gives him credit for and his punches are straight out of the Scott Hall playbook. Lee fires back with a lariat as he picks Marshall up in the fireman's carry. Big Bang catastrophe and that's all she wrote. Another strong showing from Keith Lee, as Marshall is the perfect professional to help him do it. Winner, Keith Lee. Nick Komoroto is in the ring and he's not happy. Lee doesn't care as he hits the spirit bomb and tosses Aaron Solo like a sack of flour from the ring to the outside on top of Komoroto and Marshall. Team Taz has seen enough as Hobbs and Starks hit the ring, and Starks with the spinebuster on the monster Keith Lee. Team Taz stands strong. Match number 4. Shane Swerve Strickland vs Tony Nese. I wonder if Tony Khan hadn't have purchased Ring of Honor, if he could have afforded the license for Ain't Nobody. Just thinking out loud here. Swerve carries himself like a superstar, so this should be fun. Early control by Swerve as he uses the top rope to flip out of a top wrist lock. Swerve with a kip up head scissors and a basement dropkick. Nessa pulls the top rope down and Swerve handsprings off the apron and lands on the floor. Swerve returns the favor with a pump kick to the face from the apron. Nessa rolls in the ring and covers Swerve's face with the ring skirt and drop kicks him. Dastardly. I like it. Swerve gets tossed into the steps shoulder first as Nessa remains in control with some ground and pound. Swerve with a waist lock and a German suplex, but Nessa lands on his feet and delivers a double stomp. Nessa with a body scissors, but Swerve fights out with elbows and we have a hockey fight on our hands. Nessa with a handful of hair delivers the Macho Man neck drop spot and he looks for the triple jump moonsault, but Swerve moves and Nessa lands hard. Swerve on the attack with a diving European uppercut to the back of the neck, and a tilt-a-whirl slam. Big brain buster by Swerve gets a 2 count. Swerve springs up top but Nessa hits a rolling uppercut followed by a fireman's carry into a gut buster. Big 2 count. Swerve with a rolling, something or other, but we've got some awkwardness here. Nessa responds with a spinning back kick and a picture-perfect 450 splash. Long 2 count for Nessa. Nessa is frustrated as both men trade chops. Nessa to the apron as Swerve trips him into a seated position and lands a super kick followed by a double stomp off the apron. Swerve rolls in Nessa and follows in with a rolling flatliner for another 2. Nessa won't say die, but Swerve goes up top with a double stomp to the head of a seated Nessa and that gets the 3. Really fun match between the two here, but if you were watching this for the first time, you'd think Nessa is the star. That being said, good showing for both men and a strong win for Swerve right out of the gate. Winner, Swerve Strickland.